Okay, let us now discuss question number 39 from the practice sheet. In question number 39, it says in an AP, and there are some around 10 parts, 10 subparts in this question. I am going to discuss part number 4, part number 6, 7 and 8. Okay, because the rest are very easy to solve. Okay, so let us discuss the fourth part of question number 39. Let us discuss the fourth part. In the fourth part, it says given A3 is 15 and S10 is 125, find D and A10. Okay, so in some AP you are given with A3 and the value of A3 is given as 15 and then S10 is given as 125. So S10 means sum of first 10 terms of this AP is given as 125. Then you need to determine the value of D and A10. You need to determine D and A10. Okay, you need to determine these two values. Okay, let us start solving this. I will assume that let A is the first term of this arithmetic progression and D is given as the common difference. So if I observe A3, what is A3? It is 15. I can write A3 is equals to A plus 3 minus 1 into D, which is equals to 15. So it means A plus 2D is equals to 15. Let us say this is the first equation. Second thing, I have S10. Sum of 10 terms is given as, it will be 10 by 2 to the bracket 2 times of A plus 10 minus 1 into D. This will be the formula for sum of first 10 terms of this AP, and the sum is given as 125. Okay, so by solving this, this is 5, then 5 into this is 25, and you will get 2A plus 9D is equals to 25. Okay, and I will say this is the second equation. Now I have one equation as A plus 2D equal to 15 and another as 2A plus 9D is equals to 25. अब हम इन दोनों equations को solve कर लेते हैं. What we will do is we will multiply this equation by 2. These are two linear equations. You know the method of solving linear equation. I am using elimination method. I am trying to make the coefficient of A in this equation and this equation as equal. So this is 2, I multiply this equation by 2, it will become 2A plus 4D is equals to 2 into 15 is 30. And this will be known as the third equation. Now then subtract equation 2 and 3. हम second और third equation को subtract करते हैं. We have 2A plus 9D किसके बराबर है 25 के. ओके, और 2A plus 4D किसके बराबर है 30 के. सो जस्ट सॉल्व दिस, माइनस माइनस एंड माइनस. यहाँ पर जब हम माइनस करेंगे इट विल बी 5D इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस 5. इसका मतलब D इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस 1. ओके, D हमारे पास माइनस 1 आ गया. Now can I calculate the value of A? Yes, because I know A plus 2D किसके बराबर है 15 के बराबर. So what should be A? A should be 15 and this will be minus 2 times of minus 1. So this will be A is equals to 15 plus 2, that is A is equal to 17. Okay, so the value of A obtained is equal to 17. तो A का वैल्यू 17 आया और D का वैल्यू इट विल बी -1. सो आई हैव A एंड आई हैव D. मुझे A10 का वैल्यू चाहिए. A10 किसके बराबर होगा? A plus 9 minus 1 into D. So A is 17 plus 9 into -1. So this will be 17 minus 9, that will be 8. So A10 is equal to 8. Okay. So 10th term of this AP is equal to 8 the common difference for this AP is equal to -1 and the first term is equal to 17. Okay, and our requirement was D and A10, so we have determined D and A10. So this is the solution for fourth part of question number 39. Then let us discuss the sixth part of question number 39. Sixth part says given A is equal to 2, D is equals to 8 and Sn is equals to 90. Find N and An. Okay. So सबसे पहले हमें N का वैल्यू निकालना है. This is the sixth part. सिक्स पार्ट में गिवन है A इज इक्वल टू 2, A का वैल्यू 2 है और D का वैल्यू 8 है, D 8 के बराबर है. देन Sn इज इक्वल्स टू 90. ओके, सो वी नीड टू डिटरमाइन N एंड An. N और An का वैल्यू हमें डिटरमाइन करना है. ओके, सो Sn दिया हुआ है 90. Sn मतलब सम ऑफ फर्स्ट n टर्म्स ऑफ दिस AP. सो सम का फॉर्मूला होता है Sn इज इक्वल्स टू n बाई 2 टू द ब्रैकेट 2 टाइम्स ऑफ A प्लस n माइनस 1 इंटू 8 एंड दिस इज इक्वल्स टू 90. ये हमें गिवन है. नाउ n इंटू, नाउ व्हाट आई कैन डू इज this will become 4, or what I can do is take 2 as common. So 2n upon 2 in the bracket 2 plus this will be 4n minus 4 is equals to 90. ये चीज हमारे पास आ जाएगी and 2 and 2 cancel, so it will become n to the bracket 4n minus 2 is equals to 90. So again मैं एक 2 कॉमन निकाल सकता हूँ. It will become 2n minus 1 और उस 2 को इधर डिवाइड कर देंगे. सो दिस विल बिकम 45. ओके, 2n माइनस 1 दिस विल बिकम 45. सो यहाँ पर 2n स्क्वायर माइनस n माइनस 45 इज इक्वल्स टू 0. इस तरह से हमारे पास एक क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन आ जाएगी. नाउ अब मुझे मिडिल टर्म को स्प्लिट करना है. मिडिल टर्म को इस तरह से स्प्लिट करना है सच दैट जो दो टर्म्स आए उनका एडिशन या सब्ट्रैक्शन माइनस n हो जाए और उनका मल्टीप्लीकेशन कितना हो जाए. उनका मल्टीप्लीकेशन शुड बी product of these two values, that is minus 90. Okay, 2 into minus 45, that is minus 90. So I can see 90 को मैं 9 into 10 के टर्म्स में स्प्लिट कर सकता हूँ. 90 is 9 into 10. So यहाँ पर I can write 2n square minus 10n plus 9n minus 45 is equals to 0. Okay, अब यहाँ से हम 2n कॉमन निकालते हैं तो इट विल बी n माइनस 5 एंड प्लस यहाँ से 9 कॉमन निकालते हैं इट विल बी n माइनस 5 इज इक्वल्स टू 0. सो अब इन दोनों में से n माइनस 5 कॉमन निकालते हैं दोनों एक्सप्रेशंस में से. सो n माइनस 5 कॉमन निकालने के बाद 2n प्लस 9 ब्रैकेट में बचेगा विच इज इक्वल टू 0. नाउ रिमेंबर द क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन जो हमने वहां पे पढ़ा था. a इंटू बी इज इक्वल टू 0 मतलब आइदर a इज 0 और b इज 0. सो यहां से हमारे पास कंक्लूजन आता है कि या तो n माइनस 5 इक्वल टू 0 है मतलब n इज इक्वल्स टू 5 है, और या फिर 2n प्लस 9 इज इक्वल्स टू 0 है मतलब n इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस 9/2 है. नाउ n की दो वैल्यूज आती हैं, एक n इक्वल टू 5 है, एक n की माइनस 9/2 है. अब हम कौन सी वैल्यू एक्सेप्ट करें और कौन सी रिजेक्ट करें. वी नो क्लियरली दैट n शुड बी अ नेचुरल नंबर. n को एक नेचुरल नंबर, एक काउंटिंग नंबर ही होना चाहिए. n नेगेटिव नहीं हो सकता, n जीरो नहीं हो सकता, n फ्रैक्शन नहीं हो सकता. तो यहाँ पर n का वैल्यू नेगेटिव भी दिख रहा है और फ्रैक्शन भी दिख रहा है. इसका मतलब ये वाली n का वैल्यू हमें एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना है. ओके, सो एक्चुअल में n का वैल्यू क्या हो गया, n इज इक्वल टू 5. नाउ n का वैल्यू 5 पता चल गया. सो कैन यू कैलकुलेट a5? Yes, it's very easy. A5 will be equals to A plus 4D. You know the value of A, you know the value of D. Just substitute and calculate the value of A5. Okay. So this is the sixth part of question number 39. It's very easy. Then the next one. Okay. Then next is a seventh part. Seventh part of question number 39 is, सेवेंथ पार्ट says given a is equals to 8, a का वैल्यू हमें 8 दिया हुआ है, ओके, an is equals to 62, an is given as 62 and sum of n terms sn is given as 210, ओके, और हमें फाइंड करना है n एंड d, n और d का वैल्यू हमें डिटरमाइन करना है, ओके। नाउ अब हमें a दिया हुआ है, a मतलब फर्स्ट टर्म दिया हुआ है, और a nth दिया हुआ है मतलब nth टर्म दिया हुआ है कितना 62, और फिर हमें सम दिया हुआ है n टर्म्स का। अगर मैं n टर्म्स का सम निकाल रहा हूं, इन दैट केस a विल बी द फर्स्ट टर्म एंड an विल बी द लास्ट टर्म। सो व्हाट आई कैन से इज फॉर द sum of n terms, a is first term and an is the last term. Now if an is the last term, I can write sum of n terms as Sn is equals to n by 2 to the bracket a plus l, okay, a plus l, a is the first term, l is the last term, and we know the value of Sn, it is equal to 210, so this is 210. Now I can say n by 2 to the bracket, what is a is 8 plus an is 62, this is equals to 210. So you have 210, this is equal to 210. Now it will give you, this will give you n by 2 into 62 plus 8 is 70 is equals to 210. So this 0 and 0 will get cancelled, this will be 3 and 3 into 2 is 6, so n is equals to 6. Now n का वैल्यू हमारे पास 6 आ गया, can we calculate the value of d also? Yes, very easily. How? Because a n is equal to 62 और n का वैल्यू 6, मतलब a6 is equals to 62. What is the value of a6? a6 can be written as a plus 5d. Now try to observe this condition. 62 is equals to a plus 5d, where a is given as 8. So you know the value of a, so this will become a linear equation in one variable and you can very easily calculate the value of d, okay. So it's just a calculation. हमें सिर्फ जिस चीज का ध्यान रखना था वो इतना पार्ट था, ओके, दिस पार्ट इज इंपॉर्टेंट। अगर आपको ये फॉर्मूला याद नहीं आता, अगर आप नॉर्मल Sn इज इक्वल्स टू n by 2 ब्रैकेट 2a plus n minus 1d लगाने की कोशिश करते, सो यू माइट गेट स्टक समवेयर हियर, यहाँ पर आप अटक जाते, ओके। सो दिस फॉर्मूला इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट, द प्रीवियस फॉर्मूला इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट, दोनों ही फॉर्मूले की अपनी अपनी जगह पे इंपॉर्टेंस है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि एक को पढ़ लिया दूसरा छोड़ दिया, ऐसा नहीं करना, ओके। सो दिस इज द सॉल्यूशन फॉर 7th पार्ट। Then next one is 8th one. 8th one is an is equals to 4, d is equals to 2. So 8th part, an given है हमारा an है 4 और d का वैल्यू है 2 और Sn sum of n terms is -14. तो आपको n पता लगाना है, you need to determine n and a. n और a का वैल्यू हमें बताना है. Now how we can determine the value of n and a? This an is 4. If an is 4, I can write an which is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. d is what? This is 2. This is equals to 4. So this is one equation. Okay. Now second is sum of n terms is given as -14. And which formula I need to apply for sum of n terms? an मतलब last term given है, first term कितना है a, so I can write sum of n terms Sn is equals to n by 2 to the bracket a plus an is 4 like this, and this is equals to -14. So what I can get is n to the bracket a plus 4 is equals to -28. This is the condition that I will get, n into a plus 4 is equals to minus 28. Now from this I have a plus n minus 1 into 2 is equals to 4, or if I simplify this, this will become a plus 2n minus 2 is equals to 4, which implies it will become a plus 2n is equals to 6. Now from this I can take the value of a as 6 minus 2n. Okay, so the value of a is 6 minus 2n. Here I have n to the bracket, I can write the value of a, that is 6 minus 2n plus 4 is equals to minus 28. Then this will give you n to the bracket, 6 plus 4 is 10, so 10 minus 2n is equals to minus 28, which means n times to the bracket n minus 5 is equals to 14. ओके, मैंने माइनस और 2 कॉमन निकाल लिया, सो माइनस 2 कॉमन निकालने से ये 10 5 हो गया और माइनस n प्लस n हो गया. ओके, और ये 10 जो था ये माइनस 5 हो गया, सो यहाँ से माइनस कैंसिल हो गया एंड इट बिकम 14. सो व्हाट आई गेट इज n स्क्वायर minus 5n minus 14 is equals to 0. Now try to split 14. 14 is 7 into 2. That is the only way to split 14, or other is 14 into 1. So n square minus 7n plus 2n minus 14 is equals to 0. So n to the bracket n minus 7 plus plus 2 to the bracket n minus 7, this is equals to 0. So this will give you n is equals to 7 or n is equals to minus 2. n 7 और minus 2 कौन सा वैल्यू एक्सेप्ट करेंगे? ऑब्वियसली वी विल एक्सेप्ट n is equals to 7 बिकॉज n कैन नॉट बी नेगेटिव, सो माइनस 2 वाला जो वैल्यू होगा उसे हम डिस्कार्ड कर देंगे. The important thing is this contains only the calculation, just the application of formula and again calculations and a bit of presence of mind, a bit of skills, okay, mathematical skill. So this is the solution for 8th part of question number 29. So question number 39. This completes question number 39. Okay, so first you note this, then we will continue. Okay, let us now discuss question number 40 from the practice sheet. Question number 40 says, a manufacturer of TV sets produced 600 sets in the 3rd year and 700 sets in the 7th year. Assuming that the production increases uniformly by a fixed number every year. Find the production in the 1st year, then find the production in the 10th year, and then find the total production in first 7 years. Okay, so by just reading this question once, what you exactly understand, what you can grasp from this question? It says that the TV manufacturer made 600 TV sets in 3rd year. In the 3rd year of its installation of his plant, he made 600 sets, and then in the 7th year he made 700 sets. And it says that we need to assume that its production grow uniformly over the years. Okay, it means if let us say it produce some X number of TVs in the 1st year, then in 2nd year it will be increased by a fixed value. Then in the 3rd year it will again be increased by a fixed value. Then in the 4th year again it will be increased by a fixed value. So what I can observe is the difference between the 2 consecutive years, the difference between the number of TV sets produced in 2 consecutive years is a constant. Okay, if every year, if I take let us say 7th and 6th year, the difference will be same. 5th and 6th year, the difference will remain same. Then 4th and 3rd year, difference will remain same. So if the difference, the consecutive difference between the consecutive years is fixed, is same, then I can say the production of this TV manufacturer is in an arithmetic progression. यहाँ पर एक arithmetic progression का pattern बनता हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है. What it says is, question number 40, it says the TV manufacturer produced 600 sets in the 3rd year. So in 1st year he might have produced some sets, let us say a number of sets. In the 2nd year he produced a plus D number of sets, that is the increment of D sets. Then in the third year, it produces A plus 2D number of sets, that is again an increment of D years, and so on. And then in the seventh year, it produces A plus 6D number of sets, again the increase of D from the previous year. Okay, and it says that in the third year the number of TV sets produced is equal to 600. Okay, in the third year, that is this one, this is equal to 600. So what I have is A plus 2D is equals to 600, and then it says in the seventh year it has TV sets produced equal to 700. So I assume that A plus 6D is the number of TV sets produced. So A plus 6D must be equal to 700. So what you can see is I have assumed that the first year has a number of TV sets produced, that is the first term of an AP. Then after first year there is a growth of D number of TV sets, that is a common difference of this AP every year. Okay, uniform growth for this TV manufacturer. So we can see A plus 2D is 600, A plus 6D is 700. This is first equation, this is second equation. Let us subtract 2 and 1, subtract 1 from 2, so this will give you A plus 6D is equals to 700 and A plus 2D is equals to 600. Okay, so if I subtract these two, if I take the difference, A and A will get cancelled, this will be 4D is equals to 100, so D will be equals to 25. D का value कितना आ गया? 25. What is 25? 25 is the uniform growth every year that this TV manufacturer has got. This TV manufacturer has got 25 TV sets extra in the next year. Okay, for example, if it produces a number of TV sets in the first year, in the second year it will produce A plus 25 number of sets. So each year his production is growing by 25 TV sets. Okay, now what will be the production in the first year? Can I calculate the production in the first year? D is equals to 25. So from this equation I can get A plus 2 into 25 is equals to 600, that is 50. So A is equals to 550. So in the first year he manufactured 550 TVs, and in the second year he manufactured 575 TVs. In the third year he manufactured 600 TVs, and so on. Okay, so now what we need to calculate the production in the first year. The production in the first year is 550. The production in the 10th year. Okay, so he is not asking the total production till 10th year. He is just asking what is the production in the 10th year. If I talk about 10th year, so 10th year will be equals to A plus 10 minus 1D. Okay, the application of arithmetic progression. This will give you 550 plus 9 into D is 25. Now what is 25 into 9? It is 225. So 550 plus 225 add कर देंगे इन दोनों को, तो it will be 700 and 775. This is the production in 10th year. Okay. After that it is asking total production in first 7 years. So what is meant by total production in first 7 years? Total production in first 7 years means we need to calculate S7. S7 is what? S7 is 7 by 2 to the bracket A. A is what? A is 550. A plus, now we know the production in 7th year also. 7th year production is 700. So 550 plus 700. So now just you need to calculate this and you can get the total production in the 7th year. Okay. So this completes question number 40. Okay. Now let us discuss question number 41. So we have discussed question number 40. Now let us discuss question number 41. 41st question says, if the sum of first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, what is the first term, what is the sum of first two terms, and what is the second term. Similarly, find third and 10th and nth terms also. Okay, so this question requires a lot of information. It says that if the sum of first n terms of an AP is given as 4n minus n square. Now, let us understand this concept. It says, so question number 41, it says sum of n terms, sum of first n terms of an AP is given as 4n minus n square. So I can write Sn is equals to 4n minus n square. Okay, because it is representing sum of n terms. Now, as I have said, n can attain any natural number, n can be any natural number. So if I say n equal to 1, if n is equals to 1, then what does S1 represents? S1 represents sum of first term. Now, what is meant by sum of first term? Only first term, I am adding only first term. To which term? I am not adding any other term, I am just taking the first term. So S1, which represents sum of first term, it means S1 is representing A1 or S1 is representing T1. Okay, so sum of first term means first term. Simple. Let us write this conclusion. Sum of first term is simply means first term. Okay, sum of first term is first term only. So just imagine if S1, if n is equals to 1, S1 represents sum of first term, that is S1 will be equals to 4 into 1 minus 1 square. So this will give you 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. So first term S1, which is equal to T1, will become 3. Okay. Now, so this is S1 or T1. T1 means the first term. If I substitute, if n is equals to 2, now what is n is equals to 2 represent? N represents, n equals to 2 means S2, S2 means sum of first two terms. Now what is the sum of first two terms? Sum of first two terms simply means T1 plus T2. I am adding T1 and T2, term 1 and term 2. So S2 will represent, S2 is equals to 4 into 2 minus 2 square, this is, and this will give you 4 into 2 is 8 minus 4, that is equals to 4. Now you have S2 which is equals to T1 plus T2 is equals to 4, and you have S1 which is equals to T1 which is equals to 3. Now if T1 plus T2 is 4 and T1 is 3, what is the value of T2? T2 will be equals to 4 minus 3, which will give you 1. So the value of T2 is equals to 1. T2 represents the second term, so I will say the second term for this AP will be 1. Okay, and the first term for this AP is this one, 3. Okay, so what is the first term? Yes, we have the first term as 3. What is the sum of first two terms? Sum of first two terms is 4. And what is the second term? Second term is 1. After that it says similarly find third term. Now how to determine the third term? See, if n is equals to 3, then S3 will represent sum of 3 terms, sum of first 3 terms, okay, which is T1 plus T2 plus T3, sum of first 3 terms which is T1 plus T2 plus T3, and S3 will be equals to 4 into n, in place of n I can write 3 minus 3 square. So this will give you 12 minus 9, that is 3. Okay, so just see, S3 is equals to T1 plus T2 plus T3 which is equal to 3, and you have value of S2. S2 is T1 plus T2. So in place of T1 plus T2 I can write this value 4. So 4 plus T3 will be equals to 3 and you will get T3 is equals to minus 1. Okay, you have T3 is equals to minus 1. Okay, so S3 we have as S3, sum of 3 terms is 3 and third term is minus 1. Then similarly we need to determine the 10th term. For determining the 10th term, let us calculate sum of 9 terms. If n is equals to 9, Sn will represent 4 into 9 minus 9 square. Okay, so 4 into 9 minus 9 square is 36 minus 81. So this will be S9. Now what is 36 minus 81? First subtract 40 from 81, it will give you 41, then add 6. So 41 plus 6 is 47. So this will give you S9 is equals to minus 47. Sorry, not minus 47, it will be minus 45 because it is 36. So I need to add 4 to that 47. So S9 is minus 45. Now what is S10? If I want to calculate S10, n is equals to 10. So S10 will be equals to 4 times into 10 minus square of 10. This will give you 40 minus 100, which is minus 60. Now you have S10 means sum of first 10 terms and S9 means sum of first 9 terms. So just try to understand, if I subtract sum of 9 terms from sum of 10 terms, I will get the 10th term. What I am saying is S10 minus S9 is basically 10th term. Okay, S10 minus S9 represents 10th term. So what is S10? S10 is minus 60 minus S9 is minus 45. This is equals to T10. It implies T10 is equals to minus 60 plus 45 is minus 15. Okay, so the 10th term is minus 15. Okay, so this is the solution for question number 41 and we are left with only this much and we need to determine the nth term also for this part. So first you note this, then we will determine the nth term of this particular question. Okay, so you can note this.